Hello everyone. I'm going to check my connection. We've got sound, we've got audio, we've got video, ready to go. How's everybody doing this afternoon? I have got a bunch of things to show you that I'm excited about. First, before we get started, don't forget we have the Winnie the Pooh class that you can still sign up for. I see the suite is currently unavailable. I'm guessing I didn't see when it was going to be coming back in stock, but I'm going to be offering this class for several, probably through this next week anyway. So if you want to order the class, just let me know. You can click on one of the just email me. That's probably the easiest way. And if you're not on my email list, hi, how are you, Susan? Nice to see you again. Thanks for coming. If you guys want to email me, my email is tanyad@thewonderbasement.com, and I can send you a link that will, you can put your name on a list to order the suite, and as soon as it comes back in stock, then we can work it out. So I just sent out an email and I realized that it had gone on unavailable to order until they get the next shipment in. I knew it was going to be extremely popular. So anyway, I wanted to also let you know that there is a special Stampin' Up! Join offer this month, May 5th through the 31st, and it's a $99 kit, which is what they normally offer, and you get $125 in product. But this month, you are also going to receive the new in color pads, the new magnetic, all 5 of them, and the new magnetic cases, and that is a $63 value. If you don't want those and you prefer to just have different Stampin' Up! Merchandise, you can you'll get $160, $35 extra in product for $99. So it's still a really good deal. So if you want to check that out, if you are curious about stamping, you need to buy some good scrapbooking and stamping supplies to make some cards. Hi, Mary. Hi, Rosemary. Thanks for joining me. I have got a stamp set. We're going to step away from Pooh for a minute, but I'm going to come back to Pooh at the end because I want to show you how I've colored some of the characters with blends, because I think that sometimes when we're coloring with blends, we get single focused, and really the blends are designed to blend. And I kind of find it's just fun to see what colors, how things come together, and how you can make shadows and shades that you wouldn't normally think that would work together. So, but first, I want to focus in on this Natural Artistry stamp set. This is one of the new online releases in May, and there were actually probably, I don't know, probably 6 or 7 stamps and dies that were released, and then there were some that were just stamp sets. And you love. So anyway, I'm sorry I can't read all of the messages. But anyway, this is such a pretty stamp set. So I'm just going to swing the camera around and show you. I've been working on a card, but I'm just going to show you. Look how pretty the seahorse stamps. I couldn't believe, sometimes when you get these detailed stamps, you can see that it's got a lot of little dots and things. You don't know if it's going to stamp solid or if it's going to oh, I see. Yeah, you love Natural Artistry. It's beautiful. Okay, so you don't know if you're going to get a good image or not a good image. So what I'm going to do, I've got a card that I'm working on, but I wanted to just kind of show you how these stamp. And I've got some Lost Lagoon and some of the bear. I've got all the in colors because, but But I thought the Lost Lagoon really worked with this seahorse. So I'm gonna just stamp some images down here and just see how pretty. I mean, look at that. It just comes out perfect. And I've been playing with it this morning, and this peacock is just absolutely gorgeous. I happen to like peacocks anyway. Look at this. I think sometimes you need to see how these different stamps actually stamp. Let me see here. Here's the leaves. It has some leaves that are just, they're kind of dreamy actually. And then here's there's a pom-pom or football mum. Oops, sorry. And I'm going to stamp that in Hydrangea Hue. Got some fuzzy dog hair on my ink pad. Imagine that. Look at this. Oh, look at that. See, that's when I get really excited, when it just stamps so pretty. Isn't that beautiful? I'm just so excited about it. So what I did, and then it's got some really nice words in it. It's got the be your own kind of beautiful, hope today is a good day, wishing everything wonderful, you make the world a nicer place, sending a little extra love and thank you. So it's got a lot of things that you could send to a lot of people. And then it's also got like a little speckle stamp in it. It's really pretty. It's just, I just love it. And so what I did, okay, so you know I've been playing with Pooh a lot. So I've got all of these scraps that I had lying around. So I was kind of messing around with this, and I have, oh, it got fuzzy again. There we go. So I have this, and this is a good example of how pretty these frames work with just about anything. So I stamped in blush, Barely Blush, all along here with that not hydrangea, but mum stamp, because I just really thought that was pretty. And then I was kind of like, well, do I want to, you can't really see it when you put the peacock in the blush. And then I had one that I did with, this is a pretty one, but it doesn't really work with what I'm doing here. So I like kind of set that one aside. And then I decided that I am going to, actually, I just thought of this. I don't know if this will work or not, but I'm going to emboss the peacock on this. Actually, I just thought of doing this. So this is a brain blast. We'll see how it comes out. I'm going to take my peacock. Hey, Susan. All right, so I'm going to take my peacock. And this is a very detailed stamp, so I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I'm going to go ahead and take my embossing buddy and put some silicone down. And then I'm going to take my Versamark, and I'm going to ink it up really nice and juicy. And then I'm going to stamp this down. Actually, I might let that, I want to stamp it down on my table to make sure I get a good contact. Take that up and we'll see how it looks. I don't know, it may look like a big old blob, guys. I just don't know. But I thought copper would be pretty with this pink. So I'm going to take some embossing powder. All right, it may be a big blob, I don't know. Let's see how it works here. And I'm going to take my silicone mat. I've been doing wax seals on the other side of the room. This is going to be pretty and shiny if nothing else. So you guys can kind of see when it turns. Probably should be using the little tweezers with it. because that keeps your fingers from getting burned. Oh, this copper does look pretty with the pink. I don't know, it's kind of coming out. Okay. So did you hear me say ouch? Because I almost burned my finger. Yeah, I know. Ooh, that's really pretty. It's a little blobby, but I think I like it. And I think what I'm going to do, because obviously this doesn't have dies, so I'm just going to cut this out of this. Never know where I'm gonna go. And again, this was a scrap that I had cut from some of my other stuff, so you never know how you're going to be inspired to. I don't know, I get inspired when I see all of my things just kind of lying around and something will fall against one other thing, and make sure that's all. Yeah, that's done. You know, something will stand out to me and then it'll give me an idea, and that's where things are born. Alright, I'm going to trim this down just a tad. And having that little pattern underneath it, I really like it because it just kind of gives it a little more interest. This was a little flat, but you can see with just having the DSP that's got a little bit of pink and white underneath it, it kind of adds to the prettiness. This is really pretty. And I did use the new what's it called, shimmer brush in the gold. I was supposed to get my other colors today, which I was kind of hoping that I'd have by the time I went live, and it just didn't work out. So I think I'm gonna put, no, I don't like that so much. I like the idea. Maybe I need to, I wonder if the words, I could emboss them. Extra love. I really like Be Your Own Kind of Beautiful. I already did that once. Maybe I need to go with a C. No. See, I'm designing. Right now, I'm designing, and I really didn't know what I was going to do. I kind of want... I don't know, you guys got any ideas? Oh, sorry, I'm breaking up, Mom. I don't know why. Oh, yeah, I agree. It is kind of blobby. It's not super fine, and like it's super detailed and you can see it up close, but just from afar it looks like it's I think it's a too much of a detailed stamp to really pretty emboss. So, I'm not digging that. So I am going to switch gears, and I don't know what to do. I think I'm just going to put a pretty word on the inside. Or, one moment. I've got an idea. It's bad when you're working from two tables and you don't know what things you're going to use. I don't think I want to do that. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, well, this is one of those cases where I'm just going to have to let it sit and think about it. And let's see. Can't I stamp the peacock in Lost Lagoon or a different color to match the golden glow? Stamping in golden glow. You think just on the white maybe? Or take this one and cut this one out maybe? Let's see what this looks like. Kind of like this flower. kind of pretty. Let's see. I'm going to try the flower. This is crazy. I don't know. I like to create with you guys. I like to do this and just talk and see what we can come up with together. I mean, sometimes I do have some things some techniques I want to show, but this was, I wanted to focus on or show this online exclusive stamp set because it's just really pretty. One of my favorites. They have one that's like a Band-Aid. It's kind of a get well card. I'm going to cut this apart here. I don't know, do you guys like to fussy cut? I love to fussy cut, but all right, let's see. And I think I'll take this and I'm gonna take it in my Lost Lagoon to give it a little edge. And then let's see. Maybe this will spark some ideas for you guys of what to do. I think I'm just going to go ahead and cut this one off too. This mum is gorgeous in Hydrangea Hue. I am just here to tell you. I think I'm going to... No, I don't like that one either. I don't like that either. Man, I don't know. See, I think I'm trying too hard. All right, let me see if I can do this in Hydrangea Hue on the pink and see what it looks like. And then if it looks good stamped, then I'll stamp it straight on there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, look how pretty that is. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh, oh, my gosh, oh, my gosh. This is so... Oh, no. I stamped it on this. Dang it. We're really stamping here, guys. That's what happens. If I had my... I don't know if I got it. Well, now it's blurry. Urgh. Hang on just a minute. I gotta do this. Let me get that. Let me get it. Cut it down. Cut me another one. You guys are awesome for hanging out with me. I'm going fast. Millie knows that something's up. I think I even changed this. No, it's the same. Okay, so make sure that you're not stamping on something that's wobbly. That would be the first. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh. Guys, this is the prettiest stamp I've stamped with in a long time. I mean, this is really gorgeous. I don't know if you guys can see how pretty it is. It's really pretty. All right, and I was going to do a pink bow, but I think in order to bring the Hydrangea Hue in, here's a trick to cover a mistake. Just put another piece over the top. And see, I had stamped the edge of this, but I'm not going to worry about that now because I like it like this. All right, I'm going to get some Hydrangea Hue ribbon. That's so pretty. Stamp on your color, then you stamp on the paper. Yes. Oh no, that's fine. You're fine, Rosemary. Oh, I'll have to look that up and see how that works. I'm just glad you guys are talking to me. That's kind of nice. Okay. Has anybody had any issues? Like, this is the hardest thing about getting new ribbon is that you can't get this slicky paper off. It's like the tightest thing in the world. There we go. Okay. Oh my gosh, look. Oh. I think stamping in Golden Glow would have been pretty, but on the, I guess it would have kind of went orange with the pink underneath. Okay, hang on just a second. It's a little bit longer. All right. Oh my gosh, that is so freaking cute. I love it. I'm going to take some glue dots to glue my bow down right about here. And I don't know if you noticed, but I took this piece of DSP and I cut it 4 inches wide by 5 and I think it was 5 inches long. And then I just laid this piece in the center, ran it through so that it has the frame on it, which is kind of pretty. This ribbon is pretty too. It's just nice and it holds really nice, so you don't have to. So that's super nice. And then what I did is I put a piece of vellum on the back. And then I messed up on this too. See, I use this a lot. But then what I'm going to do is put Be Your Own Kind of Beautiful in hydrangea on the inside. That is, So, I don't know. I could still see a peacock on here at some place. I don't know. I think she could go on there. I just don't know yet. But, I mean, that's pretty good. I would definitely need some pearls. I think that this calls for a curly kind of look. And I think I'm going to put this. I think I'll just put them kind of all around. And you know I'm a more than a less person. I would send that to somebody. Yeah, it does look like a toile. Yeah. Let's see. Somebody said it's so beautiful. It was on the technique I saw on YouTube. Okay, well, I will look it up, Rosemary, and see what it is. Or if you want to send me a link if you find it. I'm all about learning. Okay, so I've been stressed a little bit with this, but I think it turned out nice, and I would send it to someone, and I think I wanted you to see how beautiful that natural artistry stamp set is. So I think I accomplished that. We know now that it doesn't really emboss very well, but the words would be pretty. So now what I did, are you guys bored, or do you want, I can go for a little bit longer because I was coloring, and I know Susan did a whole thing of coloring and cutouts, but I did this coloring and then I made this little guy up which I thought turned out really cute. This is Versamark on the back. I put the I ran it through the embossing folder and then just slid the Versamark pad over the top of it. I find on this pine, it looks very velvety when you put the Versamark on it. So, yeah, so what I've done, and I'll put a picture of this in the group because I may not do all of them, but one of the things that I like to do, I've taken all of these little guys and I've got all the different colors that I used on Pooh, Kanga, Owl, Eeyore, Tigger, and sometimes they're ones that you wouldn't. Oh, and here's Piglet and Bear. I mean Pooh, Bear. That's funny. So what I did, I'm just gonna do, I think I'll do this Pooh because it's a little different than, I used a lot of different little colors in it that you wouldn't necessarily think. So I always start out with the light color of whatever color I'm using. And so this is light golden glow, and I'm just going to lay down one whole layer of this on Pooh Bear. And Stampin' Up! Gives you a hint of where you need to do some shading on a lot of the stamps. They'll have these little lines. That kind of indicates that that part can be darker. So I'm going to add, then I'm going to add some Crisp Cantaloupe in light, which is, these are all in colors just because that's what I was playing with. You could use, like you could use some pumpkin pie. You could use, probably Calypso Coral in the light. Again, I would always go light and then come back in lightly with any dark colors. Okay, so I laid down my Crisp Cantaloupe. I'm going to hold it up so you can kind of see. So see how that suddenly makes that, like, that gold, like, kind of come, like, be richer and kind of a little more interesting. So then I'm going to go within a little golden glow dark, and I like to always color, if my images are big enough, I like to color with the brush tip just because I don't know, I like the way that the brush and the ink flow. So I'm going to just go back here and I'm just going to shade kind of over that cantaloupe where I went. And the other thing is that you don't want to put so much ink down that it can bleed through the lines. Like if you get really close to the lines, it will go outside of the lines. Now sometimes when you can see a little bit here on Eeyore, like right here, there's a little bleed out and there's a little bleed out here. Now when I cut it, you probably really won't notice it. But then let's see, then for the honey, I wanted it to be much more yellow, so I laid down a layer of Darling Duckling underneath. And this is how you can get your blends to do more things for you, because then I went with the Golden Glow Light over the top, and you can see it's a lot more honey colored than it is Pooh colored. And then let's see, I think I'm going to just do a dark Crisp Cantaloupe. Oh, I forgot his little paw. Just going to do Crisp Cantaloupe there. Now let me go back and fill in his paw. And see, you don't really even have to do all three steps to get the Golden Glow, but that's the Golden Glow Light with just that color. This is the Golden Glow with the Darling Duckling underneath it, and then this is the light Golden Glow with Crisp Cantaloupe Light, and then dark Golden Glow over the top. See how that just gives it more definition? I also did it with the owl. Like I did him all in crumb cake, and then I went back in with a little pecan pie around the edges. Then I did some dark crumb cake around the edges. And if you can see, there's a little bit of orange. It's very, very faint. But again, I took the crisp cantaloupe and just dotted it on his little feathers here. And then I went back over the whole thing with crumb cake light to blend that in. And you'll know you're doing it right if you get this to come through on the back of your paper. It all bleeds through. You'll almost have a perfect image of what you're doing. And you always also want to have your a piece of paper as a blotter underneath when you're coloring, just because otherwise it might get kind of mushy. And this keeps also, it gives the ink somewhere to glow, somewhere to go instead of bleeding here, because the whole idea is that you're putting down a lot of ink, it's bleeding through the paper and blending, and that's how you kind of get your colors. Now let's see, Eeyore was fun. I'll do him because I used light balmy blue, and I just laid a little layer of balmy blue all over Eeyore. I mean, you really could stop here because it's really this stamp set is just really cute. I don't know how many times I've said really cute since Pooh has come out, since I started playing with it, but I bet it's been a lot. Okay, then I'm going to take some light hydrangea hue, and then again I'm going to go kind of around his ears, kind of down his legs, his belly, kind of down here. This really brings the Eeyore vibe, I think. Just gonna bring it, and then I kind of want to go around like this a little bit. And then I think I'm gonna take, this is the light balmy blue again, and this is where you'll see it really go through. And this is where you can get bleed out because I'm putting so much ink down. That it gets really wet. And sometimes you have to wait to put adhesive on the back of these. You have to let them dry a little bit. I'm just going to lay this over the top. Little Eeyore and his little stitching. So cute. Can hardly stand it. All right, and then I went in with light strawberry slush. And some of this blue and purple, kind of the hue and balmy blue kind of bled into some of my bow on these other ones. But it doesn't really matter because, okay, so this is the one that I've just done. And you can already start to see I got it really heavy. And so that's kind of going outside the edge. Down here you can see that it kind of, I had a little bit of blue here. But it kind of gives it that vintagey look. And I really like it. So... hi, Penny. Teresa, hi, you guys. Thanks for joining me. Let's see. What did I do with Tigger? Tigger, I just used Golden Glow and Crisp Cantaloupe. You could also use some pumpkin. Let's see. I took this Golden Glow first. I'll post this on... I'll just post these little close-up pictures of all the different images in the group so that you guys can, if you want to recreate it, you can, and you'll have a picture of it and then kind of the recipe that I used. I mean, it's not anything that you couldn't do yourself, but it's kind of nice not to have to think about it. So, yeah, I always have to check if I've got light or dark. So I'm going to lay down some Golden Glow. This Golden Glow is going to be a great color for a lot of things. Really like it. And then I'm going to take light Crisp Cantaloupe, and I'm going to give him, you know, like where his cheeks are, his nose, you know, where Tigger needs to be Tiggery. You know, he needs bouncy. He needs to be a little bouncy and a little bubbly. And you know, where you don't get these spots that are, you know, white, if 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get it's gonna bleed out to that point. So you can always tap it with a color when you're done. Let's see. I might have gone in with a little dark. I know it didn't say that I did, but oh no, I used dark cantaloupe. That was the thing, because this looks a little duller. I'm just gonna go back over and make him a little tiggerier. Bouncy, 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 fun, 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 fun. But the most wonderful thing about Tiggers is I'm the only one. Isn't he cute? Okay, I will post all of these little things so you can see them. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you like seeing that. Tell me what you want. If you'd rather see more cards created, or you want to see finished cards, or if you like seeing how I do different techniques. Let me know in the comments. And I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me this afternoon. I have a wedding rehearsal this evening and a wedding tomorrow, so I'm excited about that. And I need to clean up my craft space because Monday comes fast. And Susan will be live on Monday, and I will be back here on Wednesday, and then it starts all over again. So you guys have a fantabulous weekend, and I will see you back here next week. Toodles.